Today I am going to show you how to make kefir. The way I make kefir is I use raw goat milk. I get my goat milk from the local organic farm in Tampa Bay area called the Dancing Goat. If you live in the Tampa Bay area, do visit the Dancing Goat farm stand at St. Petersburg Farmers Market every Saturday morning in downtown St. Petersburg. We are very grateful to have farmer like Pam in our area. I use kefir grains and now I'm going to show you how to make kefir. But first thing first, you probably wonder why I keep my grains in a jar covered with plastic glove. The reason is kefir grains are a live, living, breathing organism, and what I realized from experience, if I cover the jar where these grains are located with the lid, it basically, when I open the lid, it looks like explosion because a lot of gas accumulates inside of the jar and it creates a problem. So if you are not going to use your kefir grains immediately after purchase, I would suggest you cover them with the plastic glove. That way, if it inflates, the excess gas can leave the jar, or sometimes your plastic glove will look like this. It's going to be inflated, because once again, they're a living, breathing organism. All right, so let's make kefir. So what I do first is I put kefir grains inside of these big jars, and I'm going to put half of the grains in one jar and half of the grains into another jar. Now, you might also notice that I am using plastic spoon. If you work with live organisms, live bacteria, such as kefir grains, kombucha, or any other living organism, don't use metal spoons. They don't like metal, it might kill them. So if you work with kefir grains or any other grains, just use plastic spoons. It's much safer for these organisms. All right, and now what I do, I put raw goat milk into each jar and fill it up to the top, but not too much. You don't want to go all the way to the edge of the jar. So once you have filled your jars with milk, make sure that all your grains are covered with milk, that none of them are sticking to the jar sides. Okay, and then what I do, I take cotton cloth, regular kitchen cotton cloth, and I cover each jar like this. And the reason behind it is because you want to make sure that bacteria can breathe. It has unobstructed airflow, because once kefir grains start eating or feeding on milk, they will be producing lots of gas. and this gas will be coming out, and you want to make sure they have enough air to either take in or release, to be able to release the gas from the jar. So I cover each jar with cloth, and I leave them out on the counter for about 2-3 days, depending on the time of the year. In summertime, it takes about 2 days to make kefir. In wintertime, when it's colder and drier, it takes about 3 days. But even like sometimes I leave them on the counter for, let's say, 4 or 5 days because I'm busy, or sometimes it happens that I forget that I put my grains out. So don't worry about it. If you forget about your kefir for a couple of days, it's not gonna go bad. I had kefir out for more than 7 days on my counter with raw milk and grains, and it never went bad. And after 3 days, or however many days, what you will do, you will remove the cloth. You will remove the cloth. You will see a fine layer of liquid, transparent liquid forming on the top. That means that your kefir is ready. Then you will use the plastic glove, cover your jar with the plastic glove, and put it in your fridge. It can stay in your fridge for weeks, for weeks like that. It's not gonna go bad. Or you can strain your kefir grains out, put them on the side in a different jar, and drink your kefir. And that is pretty much how you make kefir. It is very simple. Once you start doing it, it becomes a second nature. The reason why I use raw goat milk to make kefir instead of cow milk is simply a matter of preference. I noticed that raw goat milk feels better on my stomach. I prefer the taste of raw goat milk instead of cow milk. And it just makes me feel better. But if you don't have goat milk, if you have cow milk, or if you like cow milk, use cow milk. It doesn't matter. No matter what kind of milk you use, unless it's coconut milk, don't use coconut milk. Just regular milk for kefir grains. So you can use cow milk, you can use goat milk, you can use whatever animal lives in your area that produces milk, and you can make kefir with it using kefir grains. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole philosophy behind making kefir. It is very simple. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.